packaged home loan rate, you could save thousands when you compare us to a Big Four bank. So, instead of searching for a better home loan, you can do little and save lots.
You're searching for something, like the perfect deal on the perfect hotel. So wouldn't it be perfect if there was a single site where you could find the right hotel for you at the best price? There is. Because TripAdvisor now compares prices from over 200 booking sites to save you up to 30% on the hotel you want. Trust this bird's words. TripAdvisor. The latest reviews, the lowest prices.
Shoppers in Sydney got a surprise today when a car flipped right in the middle of a busy road. The crash caused traffic chaos for motorists at Neutral Bay, none more than the driver, who was on his way to his own birthday party. Traffic on Military Road is bad at the best of times. But this is taking it to the extreme.
It's a tick off the bucket list, you know. Always wanted to do extreme driving and now I've done it.
Bryn Haggerty from Castle Hill was on his way to Balmoral with his friend Lexa when a car pulled out in front of them.
He hit us and then we hit the fence and we just rolled. It's like being in a roller coaster.
The Subaru ending up on its roof.
We're looking at each other and we're like, you're right, oh my God, you're right. And then we're hanging there and we pressed the buttons and just crawled out.
Travelling in the other car, 4 Brazilians. And while there was no animosity between the group, the same can't be said for other motorists caught up in the chaos, including guests also heading to Balmoral to celebrate Bryn's 34th birthday.
Well, they're late because of me, so, you know, it works out that way.
A delay that may have also gifted him a new ride.
Well, I think I'll probably get a new car. And it's my birthday, so, you know, everybody wants a new car on their birthday.
It's definitely not one you can bump out.
Kate Creedon, NBN News. It's been exactly a week since a crane came crashing down on a Sydney apartment block, disrupting the lives of hundreds of residents. Today, the building was finally reopened, but it was far from a happy homecoming. Home at last, returning with the few clothes and belongings they gathered in the moments after the crane collapsed, and faced with a very unpleasant task.
Oh my God. It really smells bad.
The power has been off for the entire week. Daniel Gomes had a fridge full of seafood.
It's just the stench, really. It's pretty bad. I was going to do a paella with it, but not anymore, eh?
Like all residents, he's been on an unexpected, unwanted staycation, put up at hotels by Fraser's Property, the development company responsible for this mess, and given $100 a day per person for food and expenses.
For someone who cooks on the daily and lives week to week, to get put in a hotel and eat that kind of food every day and then not be able to take lunch to work and all that sort of stuff it's been crap.
Also supplied cleaning kits, and they sure needed them. Everyone in this building has been offered an extra night's accommodation in a hotel, and many residents I've spoken to have accepted that because they can't access the car park or their vehicles until tomorrow at the earliest, and the noise from construction, which they've been told will continue until very late tonight. Perhaps not the best advertisement for today's open house inspection. A front row seat to what's been an unbelievable show. A car blaze started a bushfire in the Lake Macquarie suburb of Fassifern today. Thankfully, firefighters had it contained within a couple of hours. It comes as the warmer than usual winter has New South Wales authorities fearing a repeat of the conditions last seen during the devastating Blue Mountains fires. We're still in winter, but already the smoke and sounds of summer are in the air. Today in Warragamba, an orderly hazard reduction burn. But there are concerns that later this year, things could get out of control, with conditions perfect for serious bushfires. We're planning on a lot of hazard reductions in the area, and we're certainly taking opportunity of this favourable weather conditions during the winter to implement these burns. New mapping technology by the University of Wollongong indicates large parts of New South Wales, including areas around Katoomba in the Blue Mountains, Richmond and Wollongong, are rapidly drying out.
Experts fear the conditions are similar to that in the lead-up to the 2013 blaze, which destroyed more than 200 homes at Winmalee. Today, tests on grey gumleaf litter showed tinder-dry moisture levels.
We're getting readings around 17% and as low as 13.2.
Ideal for burning, but conditions not usually seen at this time of the year. Here in Balmoral Village in the Southern Highlands, a hazard reduction burn. Now, the aim is to get rid of this, some of the dead undergrowth, which in some parts of the state is exceeding critical moisture levels. Residents are being urged to dust off their fire action plans. Early Walsh, NBN News. Now to 30-year-old Sally Pearson's courageous, triumphant recapture of her world crown in the 100-metre hurdles. Years of injury nearly drove the Gold Coast Golden Girl from athletics. She missed the Rio Olympics and would have given up, except her joy of running never went away.
Charging out of the blocks with textbook technique, Sally Pearson dominated a field that included the current world record holder.
The former Olympic champion, this is going to be so close on the line. Sally Pearson's got it, could you believe it?
Her reaction saying it all. Under the bright lights of the very stadium where she won Olympic gold 5 years ago, the Queenslander was determined to give this everything.
I can't really describe the race. All I remember was I could hear Canny Harrison hitting hurdles. And I'm like, okay, well, you're not hitting hurdles, you're being really consistent. So just keep doing that and don't falter into her rhythm.
After 2 years of injury hell, including a shattered wrist and a hamstring problem, Sally Pearson very nearly walked away from the sport she loves.
I believed that I had so much more to give to this sport and to myself, and I love what I do. And I just had to be able to get here tonight because I knew that I knew what I could achieve.
Well, this win may have signalled to the world that Super Sally is back. The girl from the Gold Coast is now focused on her next main aim, winning Commonwealth gold in her hometown next year.
Putting on a show for your home crowd is something special, so I would love to be able to feel that next year in April in my hometown in Australia.
Usain Bolt's hopes of a fairy tale finale came crashing down in the men's 4x100 metre relay, the Jamaican straining a hamstring in the final stretch.
And Usain Bolt has got work to do. It's Great Britain and Northern Ireland coming away. Jamaica and nowhere. Bolt has gone.
Great Britain took the gold, Bolt's furious teammates blaming organisers for Bolt's blow. Angry athletes were kept in a freezing holding area when the race was delayed.
We're in the mid zone too long, over 40 minutes. Inside was cold, we keep on, we're overwhelmed.
This hasn't been the send-off the world's fastest man had hoped for, having to settle for bronze in last week's individual race. But as an 8-time Olympic champion and 11-time world champion, the legend still bows out as the greatest sprinter of all time.